Okay? So, I mean, we want to make some findings that they're increasing lot coverage from 18.2 to 23.7.
But it may be higher than that.
Through the addition of a
3x3 landing or something.
well, through the addition of a, you know,
The room, the whole.
a room that will connect the garage to the main house.
It's remaining 2 bedrooms.
I think that the elevations show that there's no increase in the height of the structure.
No new nonconformities.
Well, except for the increase
Oh,
in
the
lot
increase,
coverage.
excuse me.
No demand, no,
that's-
no setbacks.
No
Because
changes
I
to the,
separated.
no
Right.
changes to the setback
Right.
nonconformity. How about that?
That's a better way to put it.
And
Testimony, no shed.
okay. And also that there will be cased openings between the bedroom and the sitting room and the TV room. It would be nice if the rooms were designated on the plan for the use, and the, I guess,
main
the living area.
Do you want to make a finding as to the lot coverage and the burden on the applicant to not exceed it?
Yeah, well, or is that part of our condition?
I think you should make it part of both.
Yeah,
Okay.
One's got to substantiate the other.
right.
So the lot coverage concern
Well,
on the
that's-
plot plan?
Yeah, well, you want to say that. Again, by testimony, but on the plan, the lot coverage is shown as 23.7%.
Right.
And there's some concern about the back
Yes.
deck, so the burden of the 23.7 shall be,
Of maintaining
right.
the lot coverage at or below 23.7 shall be on the applicant. How about that?
Do you want to give them some wiggle room on that? No. Because I think if they already have a 3x3 structure back there, that,
You know, I just feel, my own feeling
Yeah.
is that it's a substantial increase in
Yeah.
lot coverage.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to discourage that.
Do you want to put in keeping with the neighborhood, the width and the whole bit?
Yeah, I mean, this will be one of the, I think, one of the larger houses now in that neighborhood, once this is constructed.
On its size lot, the other lots, this is one of the smallest lots. If you look on the thing there's two this size
But in terms of the extent of the house on the lot, you know what I'm saying?
because of the size of it, yes.
Because it's long, it is low, but it's long.
And it's one of the only ones that's a ranch, not a
Right.
1.5 story.
So they could have gone up.
conditions or findings to be
Your
due to
motion.
4216? I don't think I did a motion.
Yeah, I
Did
I think you've been working on it.
Should we motion and then do the conditions? Is that how
You
we're going
should
to do it now?
motion, and then before you
okay.
finish that, you know.
Right. Okay,
get a
so I
second
will
and then do
move
conditions.
that we approve application 4215.
Okay, is there a second to Kim's motion?
Second?
Okay, seconded by
Now your
John.
conditions.
So conditions to remain 2 bedrooms. No shed. Cased openings between the master bedroom and the sitting room, and then the
You're going to condition that? Okay.
Yeah, I think we should.
TV room, and we're not conditioning the size of the cased opening,
Yeah,
so.
well, On the one bedroom, right?
Right, and case opening between the TV room and the living area.
With no return. On the one in the
Right.
living room.
And then, what's the other? Oh, that not to exceed 23.7% lot coverage.
What about the plans?
I think we would like some further refinements of the drawings.
I can have them submit a copy of what they submit to the building department. You want to condition the final plans to be submitted to the building department shall be submitted to the Board of Appeals as well?
Sure, let's do it
Yes,
that way.
that's good.
Because everything is preliminary when it comes here, and it has to
Yeah.
be final when it goes there. Plans to building. Finals. To ZBA prior to issuance. Right?
Okay?
Okay.
Other than that, constructed per plans.
Yeah. And again, I guess this is, we're saying in keeping with 24216, right?
We said that in the findings.
That's the finding, it's not a condition.
Okay, anything else we should include?
That's just-
If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. So passes unanimously, and off you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for bearing with us while we try to figure it out. So that brings us to our first new hearing, public hearing tonight. It's 44-15, Gillespie at 73 Paola Drive in East Falmouth. And let the clerk read this into the record and note any referrals, please.
And regular 5 voting members now, correct?
Yes. Everyone's present, so that will be Paul, Kim, myself, TJ, and Ed, yes?
Thank you.
Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11 of Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that David L. and Mary E. Gillespie of Bristol, Rhode Island, applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals pursuant to Section 240-3C and 240-38D of the Code of Falmouth to demolish the existing single-family dwelling and construct a new single-family dwelling on subject property known as 73 Paola Drive, Falmouth, Mass.
Excuse me, that should be 68D. Is the notice incorrect?
68D.
Okay. Scary.
Do they need another set of plans down
And for referrals from engineering, it's a standard comment. From health, no comment. Marine Environmental Services, no comment. Building Department, no comment. Planning, no comment.
Okay. For the applicant.
For the record, Tim Santos from Holmes & McGrath, representing the applicant. The project is located at 73 Paola Drive. It's currently developed with an existing single-family house on it. The reason we're here tonight is that home is pre-existing, non-conforming to the northern property line of 8.9 feet and to the 3-foot contour of 41 feet. The applicant is proposing to demolish the existing home and construct a new home. The new house will meet the setbacks to both the property lines as well as the street line. And the only nonconformity now will be to the 3-foot contour. It will remain at 41 feet. The lot coverage currently exists at 10% and will increase to 17.5. The total lot coverage exists at 17.3 and will increase to 20.3. We are proposing to install a new Title V septic system to replace the existing one. The project has gone before Conservation. Conservation has approved this project. So we're basically on our last leg here in order to file for a building permit. We believe this project is no more detrimental to the neighborhood and no more non-conforming, and we believe it meets the requirements of the zoning bylaw, so we hope you can close the hearing tonight. If you have any questions or concerns, I'd be more than happy to address them.
The Conservation Commission approval is in the file.
I'm glad you have it.
I asked for it.
Oh, I've been asking.
TJ, it's in there, you find it somewhere. Okay, why don't we start with, see if there's any board questions. Paul, anything?
No, no
Should be
questions.
right there. Or under review.
No questions from Deb? Ken? You always have a question.
I try to. Just wondering about the number of bedrooms. So I noticed in the existing, I think it said 5, but 6 were shown on the plan.
Yeah, it exists as it's assessed as a 5-bedroom home. It's going to remain as a 5-bedroom home.
Okay, and it's a new septic
It's a
system.
new Title V septic system.
And that's for a 5-bedroom
For a
home?
5-bedroom, correct.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Any luck?
Is it?
I didn't see it in there earlier.
It's approved.
It is approved. I talked with Jen and
They're just
I thought
kind
they
of
sent
backed
it.
up, and it's coming, is what I was told. But
It has been approved, and they were supposed to send a copy, and they said they did, but if it's not in the file,
I
then
don't see
I'll
it.
get it.
Okay. TJ, any questions, now that I've made you do all that?
Where's the Concom referral? Are there plans to eliminate the shed?
the shed is proposed to be removed.
Okay.
It's noted on the plan.
I think that does it for me.
Okay. John, anything? Okay.
I guess now, since they are raising it, why aren't they making it conforming as to the setback?
I mean, they're looking to have the same view that they've always had off that deck back there, so we feel that we've eliminated the nonconformity to the property line, which, in my opinion, is a more important nonconformity to eliminate.
And that's to the front property line?
It was to the side
Side.
property line, to the
Okay.
northern
Oh, that's
property
right.
line.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're right at the front setback at 25 feet.
And at the side yards, too.
Yeah, so it is very tight, it's right exactly.
Well, it's actually 26 and 11. That's
The
how we
septic
design them.
system's in the front.
Yeah.
So the septic's all the way up, we can't move any, we couldn't move any closer, so.
Okay. You can ask more.
Oh,
You have more?
no, I was going to move to close.
Well, I thought we ought to see if
That's
anybody in
right.
the public wants to comment. Maybe the neighbors hate
Yeah,
it.
well, yeah, that's true.
I hope not.
We do have, I believe, one. Do we have a letter on this one? No? No.
My name is Carol D'Angelo, and I live at 57 Payola Drive. And I'm here just to say that I have no problem with this house going up to a 2-story in the area that it's in. Most of the houses down there have been built up, and so I have no objection at all.
Okay, thank you.
What's the elevation of the house?
Here it is.
Elevation as far as
No, just the
the
height.
height, I think the existing one's slightly over 20 feet, and the new one will be 27 and a half, plus or minus.
Okay. If there's no further comment from the public, please avoid discussion out there. And there's no further questions from the board, and we have enough information. I'm happy to entertain a motion to close.
I'll move to close now.
Second.
Okay. And the pleasure of the board.
Findings.
Do you want to make a motion to actually close it?
Oh, yeah. That was, sorry, all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
I mean, do we want to vote on the motion? We made the motion, we just didn't vote on it.
Right, that's what I meant. Thank you.
Any opposed? Okay, so it's unanimous, we will close the hearing.
It's closed, yeah.
Uh,
Findings.
Findings, Kim.
Eliminating the side yard nonconformity.
And share.
And shed. Five bedrooms, new septic for 5 bedrooms.
Two
240, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is an example of a project that's although larger than the existing house, is still, you know,
Within.
moderate sized. They're not bumping up against the height limits. They're not,
In keeping with the bylaw? then?
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
With intent. And in keeping with the neighborhood, right? That's in
Mhm.
216, I'm sorry.
Actually will be, you can say, an improvement.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
Okay. And any conditions?
As-built plans,
Yeah,
because they're
because
right up against the
I
setbacks.
agree with that. And as per plan.
Mhm.
So the as-built should be prior to final inspection?
Mhm.
Maintain 5 bedrooms, or
Yeah, yeah.
the subject property shall not have more than 5, because right now it's 4, correct?
No, they said it was 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, did
I think he,
They said it was 5.
I only saw 4.
yeah, I think it's now
It's gonna be,
1, 2,
4, but it
3,
is 5 or something.
no,
Or it's 6 on the plan. It's going to be 5.
3.
yeah, so no more than 5.
No
on
more.
No, it shows 5 because there's 2 in the lower basement. Shows
Are you
6,
looking
actually.
at
Yeah.
Are you looking at existing or proposed?
Existing, I'm looking at existing, it shows 6.
It did, it was
Yeah.
6. I'm asking about the
Shows
proposed
6, so
plans.
that's, if that's correct, then this is a reduction by 1 bedroom,
Right,
which
she
is another
made- she
important
made that.
finding, actually.
She made that point in the findings. I'm just saying, the proposed plans show 5,
Yes.
so
They
no
do.
more than 5 on subject property. That's all I'm getting to,
Okay,
because the septic is for 5 bedrooms, right?
yeah, which is the real limitation. Okay. We ready to vote?
Yep.
Satisfied with conditions and findings? Yep. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
We didn't have a motion.
Oh, I thought you,
No. I'll move to approve application 4415.
okay. Second,
Second.
thank you. So, seconded by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously, and the project is approved. Thank you.
It's nice to change the findings and conditions order.
Is the new system kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of different.
We'll talk about that. I think findings we need to make ahead of the motion. Conditions should be part of the motion.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so this next hearing is for White, hearing 47-15, 20 Red Wing Terrace.
Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11 of Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that Michael S. White of Falmouth, Mass. applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals pursuant to Section 240-23B of the Code of Falmouth to convert existing dwelling into 2 dwelling units on subject property known as 20 Red Wing Terrace, North Falmouth. And for referrals from Health, no negative comment at this time, but in the event a septic repair is required, modifications to the system may be necessary because it will no longer be a single-family residence. From Concom, it's not in Concom jurisdiction. From Planning, no comment. And I think we have 1 letter opposed.
Okay.
I'm Michael White.
Okay. Thank you. You want to give us some background as to
Sure. So,
what you're proposing?
yeah, what I'd like to do is this house I will be closing on Monday, and it has an existing in-law apartment in it. And I work for the Falmouth Fire Department, have for the past 30 years, and I just want to get everything up and on above and on the table. And the last thing I need is an embarrassment out there if
Right.
I was renting an apartment and it wasn't legal, and I just want to avoid all that.
Admirable.
I will be living at this residence myself,
So the existing apartment is located
the walkout basement.
in the basement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your intention is to continue to rent that, or
That's what I'd like to do, yes, sir.
is there an existing tenant in there that's
There is not.
continuing? No. All right, any other board questions? I have a few, but I'll wait and see what you guys... No?
I have,
Yeah, go.
okay. What year was the property built?
1978.
Okay. Do you know how many bedrooms were in existence as of January 1st, 1980?
According to one neighbor that we found, she said at that time there was 4 bedrooms. It was built as a four-bedroom home. Also, I'd like to just show you...
Can I just follow up on that statement?
Absolutely.
What, did that neighbor submit anything, or do you have an affidavit from them?
Nothing. She did not want to put anything in paperwork, on paper, because quite frankly, her opinion is that she's a neighbor and the town should be taking care of their business, not going to the neighbor. So,
Okay. All right. So, all right, so you said that you wanted to say something?
yeah, I wanted to be, if this would help at all, because I know that, I mean, we've done a lot of research here to find out. I've talked to neighbors, I've pulled every record that I could from the building department. It's assessed as a 4-bedroom. Every record that I've found in the building department is a 4-bedroom. This Title V inspection report, I can bring it to show you if you'd like. It's the approximate age of all components, the date installed if known. And it says on here it was installed, it's the original septic, it passed the Title V. It says it was installed 1978 when the house was built. I talked to Dave Kerrigan down in the health department. David has shown me here the original septic, and it's installed as a 4-bed.
Okay. Well, that's something.
We went back, the farthest I could go, well, with the exception of this one neighbor, the farthest I could go back was one of the other neighbors, 1991, Rob Pultz was there. And Rob says, Mike, as far as I know, it's always been a 4-bedroom, as well as Bonnie O'Neill, who was here on zoning. She owned the house, and she's, you have her letter also stating it was a 4-bed.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's my only question.
And you're not in a water resource protection district?
No, sir.
You intend to live there?
Yes, sir.
So those are the primary issues pertinent to the 23B.
Yeah, I mean, these are tough standards to meet when you look at 23B. No exterior changes, and so, there seem to be some pre-existing living arrangements down there, but, it exists in the bylaw for a reason, and, I just, I applaud you for coming forward to legitimize it, I guess.
Thank you.
It's rare that you see a property that's essentially, ready for consideration under this bylaw, because you're not allowed to make exterior changes, and that can frustrate layouts and things like that, so it's pretty rare.
Yeah, as I say, just try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, we're in the hearing process, sort of discovery here, so if there's a question, I think we've got a pretty good picture of what you're doing. Is there any comment from the public? Okay.
For the record, Norm Kaiserman. I'm the next door neighbor, 18 Red Wing Terrace. I'm not sure if you got the copy of the letter that I sent in.
It's in the file.
It's in the file.
Thank you. I do have an objection. I've been living at the property, I've owned the property for about 9 years. It has never been a two-family dwelling. It was the in-law apartment has never been rented by either previous owners or the owners prior to that. The dwelling is located in the single-family zoning. All of the four immediate streets that make up the neighborhood are all single-family. The Pebble Lane, Red Wing Terrace, Upshur Drive, and Camelot Court are all single-family dwellings, as well as the neighboring streets. None of them have the two-family dwellings. The in-law apartment is, I've seen it. I've spoken to the folks that are selling. They would never have called it an apartment. It's an in-law. You have kids come down, they can live down there. But renting it, I think that would increase the traffic in the neighborhood. It would have a detriment on the value of the properties in the neighborhood. And who's to say that when Mr. White decides not to occupy that dwelling, that it's simply not going to become a dual rental property, which, due to lack of upkeep, could, again, significantly impact the values of the properties around him. Not to say the added noise, etc.
Okay. Any questions from the board for Mr. Benjamin? Okay, I think your objection is duly noted.
Thank you.
Obviously, we operate under the guidance of the bylaws.
I have a couple follow-up questions
Sure.
for the applicant.
Okay. Mr. White?
In the lower level, I know it's denoted as a bed area. Is there a bedroom or what would be considered a bedroom downstairs?
Yes, there is.
So does it have its own door, or is it just?
Yes, it does.
So where is that? Is that, because I see kitchen and I see bed area.
On one of the photos that you folks have, you should have a photo. If not, I have one in my folder here. There's 2 doors downstairs. There's also an egress window downstairs.
Yeah, I see that, but I guess where's the bedroom is what I'm asking.
Would you like me to approach you and show you?
Yeah, I would. Let's see, so that's the plan. So it says bed area, that's all.
Go to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is where the bedroom is. This is where the kitchen is. There's another door here. I put a window in here because I wasn't sure if it was going to change the lighting to egress or not. But I don't. This is a door. This is a door. This is a window.
Okay. All right, thank you. And then this plan that was submitted, I guess it looks like an assessor's map parcel, or maybe not, maybe it's just an old, no. This plan that was submitted in support says on it 2 bedrooms, I believe it says 2-bedroom dwelling. What year is this plan from?
Can I approach you?
Yeah, sure, this is what I believe you submitted, so,
It's an old plot
Right.
from 84, I believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think you folks got the new plot plan also on it. Did you not?
This is all ice. Is that new? That's a new plan.
okay. Yeah, that was it, that was my question. Thank you.
I just have one quick, Mr. White, is it a bedroom, is it a studio concept?
Pretty much the
Yeah.
way it's set up right now,
I
it's as
got
a
you.
studio, yes.
But there is a separate egress,
Yes, there is.
and this is not being rented as an affordable unit.
No, sir.
Okay, I'm not sure what other information we might need. Seems like we've covered it.
Well, do you want a board discussion?
Before closing?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Um,
if that's your wish.
Well, that is my wish, because on the information that I have, I can't approve it.
Okay,
And that's because there's nothing, we learned tonight, original septic was installed for 4 bedrooms.
mm-hmm,
But houses are installed all the time to have septics that might handle more bedrooms than there actually are. And under the bylaw, it says 24223B3, no additional bedroom shall be allowed above the number in existence in the dwelling as of January 1st, 1980. That's the key date.
Yeah.
So anything after testimony is to 1991, there's nothing in the record to say there were X number of bedrooms there on January 1st, 1980. I understand it might not be forthcoming and that information might not exist, but then we can't prove it under this
the
section. of the
assessor's
bylaw.
records don't provide definitive evidence?
No,
The
that's
assessor's
hearsay.
records, the board can't go by number of bedrooms or anything like that in assessor's records, because quite frequently, they don't have access to the property. So they go by what they see, and if they can't access the property, the dwelling, they tax what they see.
And
Quite often, it's a 4-bedroom house. If 1 bedroom's a den, they'll put it as a 3-bedroom house. I know, because they did it to mine.
and the plot plan that we have, 1984, says 2-bedroom dwelling on it. So I think that there's competing evidence at best. So I'm not going to approve it if we closed right now.
That's a plot plan, not a house plan, correct?
Correct, but it does have a notation on it.
Right,
that says
I'm just
2 bedrooms.
saying, you're talking
So,
about the plot plan. They
so
called it-
I don't know if we want to, but I
So
can
you're
see how everyone else
suggesting
feels.
that we give the applicant some additional time to try to find some
That's,
more definitive evidence that there was a 4th bedroom in existence prior to 1980.
that is my thought. But I'm 1 vote of 5, so
Yeah, well.
depends how
I
everyone
think-
else feels.
I guess if there were no objections, I'd be inclined to take the applicant's word for it, but considering that there is some concern on the part of the butters, maybe then we ought to be scrupulous about that.
Just,
Yeah.
I have a question from Mr. White. No, I'm sorry. Is the hearing closed?
No.
Okay.
No, we haven't
The
closed the
pub-
hearing. That's
Okay,
why
we haven't
Tim-
closed the public
that's
hearing.
why Tim
Yeah,
said
but
let's
the,
discuss.
I'm sorry, the original septic design indicates that it was installed for 4 bedrooms?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that was based on records when it was built.
Yes, sir.
But often, I think the point that Sari was making is often the septic is installed with consideration of the
Kim?
or Kim, that there could, with possible expansion, future expansion in mind, right? Doesn't mean at the time that there was 4 bedrooms in the dwelling.
Oh, no, I follow that, yeah, I understand. What was the purpose of this plot plan? Why was it created? It was dated 84, is that right? So this is, I'm just trying to, I can't really see, but you're representing that this plot plan was dated in,
That was the plot plan that the town had. I redid a plot plan about, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yes, sir.
I see, but, excuse me, this was prepared in 1984? Or is this, is this the original septic design?
No, you know.
No,
I
it's an
cannot-
as-built,
I
'cause it
just
gives
can't
me
answer that
elevations and
question.
everything,
I
so-
can only, I've done as much research and talked to as much people as I possibly can. I mean, people move, people unfortunately die,
Yeah.
I don't know what else I
Kim,
could do.
Kim, were you saying that this was created after the property was built?
No, we said 1984, so that would be after the property was built.
Right, where did we get 1984?
I think that's the date of the plan.
Oh, it is, I just can't see it, okay. So this was created
I think that's the date.
in 84, so, do you know, but you're not sure of the reason for it?
I have no idea, to be honest
Okay.
with you. That was one of the things that were in the file. When I
Yeah.
talked to Sari, she had said, okay, we need a plot plan. This one was up, it wasn't a very clear plot plan. I redid the plot plan, that's the new one that you have in front of you. So why it says 1984, I couldn't tell you.
Sure. Yeah, no, I only, excuse me, I only ask because oftentimes, subsequent to the construction of the dwelling, there's a need to have some surveying done. A surveyor is dispatched to the property. He doesn't know a lot about it. These people might live off Cape, and
Right.
he makes assumptions or whatever, and things get put on a plan, but,
I really wish I could give you an answer, I just don't know.
yeah, okay. All right.
Meaning they don't access the house?
Yeah, sometimes they don't. Yeah. Exactly.
That, he handed in that plot plan because it's the only thing that was on record, and he needed to get the application in to get a hearing date, which gave him time to do the new plot
To
plan.
get a new one, right.
And he did that mainly to show me the driveway as
I mean,
well.
it's, it's not, I actually don't recall seeing bedroom counts on most plot plans.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the question becomes, so what you're hearing is that there's at least one vote in opposition.
I respect that.
And however, if it would be at all possible to perhaps dredge up some additional evidence about this bedroom, we could continue.
Yeah. We have
and
tried.
give you an opportunity to try to present that.
I mean, I've gone to the neighbors, talked to that one neighbor next door, not this gentleman, another one, who is, she was there when she said I guess they had to dynamite the place because it's in the ledge. She was there, she watched the whole thing happen, and she's the historian. She will not put a letter out, and quite frankly, I'm not sure that I blame her. I mean, sometimes as we turn around and we talk to other people, I mean, people don't want to get involved sometimes, and,
Right.
I respect that.
That's okay. I don't know if there's evidence in the building department of when
Been through,
construction might have occurred.
I do have also, in my folder here, because I pulled all the records from the building department. And as I said, it's been assessed as a 4-bed. It's the Every record that I go through from the building department has it as a 4-bed. Every single record. They have no more records down there. There was one here that, well, this has got a narrative description of it, of the house. And that talks about the apartment, and it talks about it having 4 bedrooms. It's a little bit different.
What year is that from?
You know, I don't know.
What year was the house built again?
78.
78.
So it was after 2007, because it's reflecting the sale.
Yeah.
When she had it, and assessors records.
I'm but one vote, so if everybody else was,
Well,
would
the
be
only
okay
thing
moving
is you're
forward.
making you're making a reasonable case, which the way I feel about it is, again, if everyone was on board in the neighborhood, I'd say, okay. But if we have some question as to whether they qualify under the bylaw, and we have a butter that's concerned, that makes me a little more wary about voting in favor. Because I think part of our job is to respect, the concerns of the butters.
I mean, if that language, if that condition wasn't there, if that didn't have to be satisfied, then they,
Yeah.
might meet everything on here.
Yeah,
But
because,
that was included for a
feel,
reason.
given the plan of the house, and I drove out there and looked at the neighborhood, that, this isn't going to have a big, I personally didn't feel it was going to have a big impact. And certainly, the case could be made, we need apartments like this.
But does that criteria go into whether or not
Well, that's
it
part of why
classifies?
the bylaw exists, right, is to create housing of this nature. So,
But couldn't he possibly apply under the residential use amnesty? I know that an applicant chooses to apply if they want to apply under, but if you don't qualify under a portion of the bylaw, isn't there other alternatives that may work? Well, I guess not, because I guess it hasn't been,
It would be the amnesty, but it would be up to the applicant
Right.
whether they want to follow that
Right.
process, which I've told you before, I believe it to be very arduous.
right. And I
And then
understand
be
that.
tied to the town, have it deed restricted, have it,
Right.
report to the town every year, the whole bit. So it is up to the applicant. He was aware of the amnesty bylaw, we did discuss it, as well as the 1959, the accessory
Right.
apartment, which he doesn't meet the criteria for. So,
Excuse me, were there any building department records indicating when the basement was finished?
well, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, there are not. My understanding is the basement has been finished, and that's where the bedrooms were. There were 2 bedrooms up, there are
Right.
2 bedrooms now.
No, excuse me, no record of any permits for that, though? That's not uncommon, I'm just asking.
I pulled everything out of there. I pulled
Sure.
pull out of there, quite honestly,
Yeah,
I really don't know what else I could have done.
Mhm.
And I certainly I respect this gentleman and his concerns, because I would have the same concerns myself. We all want to protect our property, there's no doubt about that. I can only tell you that I'm living there, so the
Yeah.
property will be taken care of, but, I respect that. I think, though, also that there has to be something said that when we turn around, we say, and I'm not sure if it's this record that talks about the septic and it being approved for the 4-bed at that point. That's as far back, that's from day one.
Yeah.
That's the only record we have, but from day one. With the exception of the woman who lived there, who does not oppose it, and if she did, she'd be here, and we talked about that. And you know, you can't, I've turned every rock over that I can. I can't
So that,
go anywhere else.
they don't have any record of having used it, leased or used it in this way
I will,
for rental. There's
what
no
I will say is it's
rental
been-
records going back to...
I will tell you it's been rented as an illegal apartment. And that's about all I'd like to say on that, okay? Because I don't have firm documentation on that. You know, I do not want to be put myself in that position or that boat. That's why I'm here.
I was told that it was as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Not enough, nine,
If you want to talk, just go to the podium.
I know for a fact that it has not been rented in the 9 years that I've owned the 18 Brickman Terrace. So maybe, you know, prior to that, but since I've acquired the property in 2006.
Okay, well, I mean, where we are, Mr. White, I think is that if you would like to have further continuation, we could do that. If you feel it's not going to be profitable, we could close the hearing and take a vote and see how it turns out.
I'm not sure what you would
It's
continue
your-
upon, quite frankly.
it's-
I truly don't know what there is to continue upon. I say that
Okay.
respectfully.
Sari?
Shall I?
Oh, I thought you were raising your hand.
No, I scratched my head.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was hoping you were raising your hand. There's
Oh,
some
no.
brilliant way around it. Okay. All right, well then, care to make a motion to close?
I'll move to close.
Second.
Okay. Let's say Kim and Paul on that motion. It was a tie, but we'll give it to Paul. He's the new guy. And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And I as well. Okay, do I,
Findings.
Well, I was just gonna say, do you want to have, obviously, I'm not going to be voting in favor of it.
right.
But I
So I
didn't
can't
know-
count on you to make the motion.
Right, but if you want it, you can make the, you count me, you make the motion to deny. But I don't know if you want to have more discussion, just so if there's
Sure,
a
let's-
feeling that it might
let's-
be denied, maybe we give the applicant, but like I said, I don't know
Well,
if
we
anyone else
closed,
is.
but that, I guess we could always reopen. But sure,
Right.
let's start with Paul and see what, let's
Yeah.
just each chime in.
You know, the bylaw just says that, you know, that the bylaw says that no additional bedrooms shall be allowed above the number in existence in the dwelling as of January 1980. Whether or not a permit was pulled for them or not, you know, it doesn't say legally in existence between, you know. So you know, people do all kinds of things for all different reasons. You know, I suppose maybe the way that this, and I'm supposing, the way that this reflects 2 bedrooms is, if 2 existed in the basement, it's difficult for an assessor or a surveyor to see what's below grade or what's in a walkout condition or, you know, something like that. So we have some conflicting documents here. You know, what we do have going for us is that the original septic design reflects the installation of a 4-bedroom system. You know, we've got, you know, the applicant and some assessors' records representing 4 bedrooms. How far back, I guess, can be referenced 1997?
I think,
Or
well,
so.
there was a letter from
What?
1990, dating back, said knowledge from 1991.
1991. So it goes back a ways. You know, I don't know, it's a judgment call on our part. I mean, in the aggregate, you know, I think it's compelling that, you know, there's some reason to believe that there were 4 bedrooms in this property dating back quite some time ago. 1980, I mean, obviously the applicants tried to resource everything he can, but we do have a design plan that was prepared for 4 bedrooms. And subsequent to that, now we have a plot plan from '84 reflecting 2. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but, you know, just those are my thoughts on it. I'd just like to see
Well,
what...
does that result in you feeling that you would be in favor or opposed?
You know, I think, I would say that I would probably be in favor of this, and I say that because I see these matters in my profession quite a bit, where applicants come before me and they've got the best that they have, and at the end of the day, you try to make a call based on, you know, the available evidence that's before you, and, you know, you try to make a judgment call. You know, based on what's been provided, I'd be inclined to vote for it.
Okay. Ed?
I'd be inclined to vote for it, and I think primarily you know, his intentions are good, coming here in the first place.
Well, certainly that's true.
And and I can't, I think it's the right thing to do. We need people like this in the town. We need them to have, if he can survive by having an apartment there. It's not a lavish apartment. I can't imagine it causing a lot of traffic. You know, I respect the point of the member here, or the individual here, but I'd be inclined to vote for it.
Okay, and we know Kim's opposed.
Right, well, let me just say my piece again, I guess. The bylaw provides no additional bedrooms shall be allowed. We have no testimony, I mean, there's no evidence. We can't consider assessor's records, it's hearsay. There's something saying, yes, up to, at the time, there was a septic for up to that number of bedrooms. I mean, there's nothing in the record, and I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that satisfies that condition. And I think, yes, I absolutely agree, intentions are great, but if everybody comes in and says, well, I have good intentions, but I don't have testimony or I don't have evidence that I meet this condition of the bylaw, well, then we're suddenly changing the bylaw, and that's not our job. Our job is to look at the bylaw, see if somebody's application satisfies that criteria, and if it does, then we have the authority to grant the relief. I mean, this isn't, no one's entitled to relief, and it's their burden to show it. So I guess maybe I am coming across a little bit strong, but I just think the bylaw's here for a reason. There's language in here for a reason, and in my opinion, what we've been provided doesn't satisfy that. So.
TJ?
I give the applicant credit for coming before the board tonight. I know not everyone in town would be willing to avail themselves like that, given the situation with the apartment in the basement. That having been said, I think he's exhausted every effort possible to provide all the evidence he can before us. I would be willing to be in favor of it.
Okay. And Ed is not voting on this, right?
John is
John,
not.
sorry. So I guess what I feel is that, you know, when we get cases like this, you have to think beyond the individual case, in my opinion, to some degree, about the precedent and the reason for the bylaw, which was to, I think, have some controls on density and the proliferation of additional bedrooms. And so what is going to be the standard of evidence that we take? And it can't just be, well, the applicant had good intentions and, you know, some vague references to what the original septic plan called for. So I tend to agree with Kim that, although certainly I'm sympathetic to the homeowner, that I think I can't vote for this. So that's where we stand, and we could make a positive motion and end up with a 3-2.
Either way, you've got to make findings.
So I think the primary finding would be that we don't find evidence for the existence of four bedrooms as of July or June, what is it?
January
What's the date?
1st.
January 1st, 1980.
Well,
May I ask one question?
Yeah.
Could we continue it to give them a chance to take up something else?
Well, we we had that discussion.
Right. And,
He says he's exhausted everything.
We
The
could
board can
allow him to,
revote or vote to reopen the hearing and
We could do
ask him
that.
again and see if he wants to continue. He does have a closing on Monday, so I don't know if that's a reason for him, you know, to not continue or what, but the board could vote to reopen the hearing right now.
I'd like to reopen.
Would you like to make a motion to that effect?
Could I make a motion to reopen the hearing?
Is there a
I'll
second?
second it.
Okay. All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
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 I'll be in favor.
And I think we could also, if you wanted to, either withdraw. If there's nothing else out there, instead of continuing, that's also an option.
Yeah, that is
Then you
another
can come
option
back.
that you could withdraw this and come back under a different section of the bylaw.
Even
Could I ask
if
the
you
applicant a
do
question?
deny it, he still has the right to come back underneath the amnesty, for example.
But
So-
withdrawing would allow him to come back under this section, right? If he finds new information.
Just to continue it would allow him to
Right,
come
right,
back.
too. Also,
Right.
yes.
Either way, withdrawal will give him an option, more than
TJ?
one option.
I apologize for not reading your entire purchase and sale agreement.
It's okay.
For your closing on Monday, is it contingent upon you getting approval from this board, or?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Do you have anything further you want to say?
No, I just, you know, I mean, it's, I don't, there's no other evidence that can be found, you know, and we're trying to find space for people. People are trying to do the right thing. You got to ask yourself, why try to do the right thing if you put things out there and, you know, it's, you can't get any more evidence out there.
Let me ask you why the amnesty section of the bylaw
Absolutely. I-
was not appealing to you.
I'll tell you exactly why. I live there. I'm going to live there. My property, my home. I want to take care of my property and my home. I don't want anybody dictating who I'm putting in there or what it's in there for. I'll be quite honest with you.
Ask a question if you can explain to me the amnesty part of the discussion. I'm not sure what
You
that.
can contact the office and I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. It's just a different bylaw under 240-3E. It allows anybody to come before the board for an illegal use to make it legal, and it's good for 3 years. So everybody out there who has an illegal apartment has 3 years to come in and make it legal. Or,
It would have to be rented in order to apply for amnesty, which it is not.
I'm sorry?
I said, but it would have to be illegally rented
It
in order
doesn't
to.
have to be. I mean, there's a lot out there that we don't know about, but it gives people the opportunity to come in. And there's restrictions on it, criteria.
Thank you.
It is in the bylaw, you can look it up, 240-3E. It was put in place last year.
My understanding under that also, if I was to do that, I could allow affordable housing in there. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
has to be.
Thank you.
I just have a question for Mr. White. No construction drawings exist at the building department?
No.
He looked. We've asked that.
No. We've gone from the old microfiche to whatever we're doing nowadays.
I see. Okay.
All right, well, if there's nothing more, I guess I'll move to close again.
Okay? There a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where we were before.
Right.
I think we're ready to vote. Let's see, we need a motion. We do need a motion. Someone has to make a motion.
Motion to vote.
In what direction?
Yes.
To
Okay.
approve.
Approve.
To approve. Okay, and you want to make any findings?
No, it's everything's existing there. We're not intending to change anything.
It seems already to be separate and independent living accommodations in the basement already.
They exist. There's a question about when they were established. That's the problem. How about suitability? I mean, we always have 242.16 to fall back on, right? So, under those criteria, you would...
You can say that the subject property meets the criteria of 240-23B, except for lack of evidence of what existed in 1980. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
And then under 242-16, do you feel the site is adequate?
Right.
Do you feel like there's no change to the footprint, so
Yeah.
it's not harmful impact on the neighborhood? There's no increase in bedrooms, there's no change to the driveway?
No,
Those are good findings
It
if
kinda
you
is,
want
isn't
to
it?
approve it.
what you see is what you get.
Okay, so those are your findings.
And then the finding, because they're saying, even though they're not
Adequacy.
meeting the 1980 criteria, that you believe the septic plan shows the 4-bedroom and that that's the only evidence that's been
Documentation.
located.
Good.
So take into that
Yeah.
the criteria that he has searched and he's exhausted all. That's a finding, because you've got to substantiate the approval.
Right.
Do we have a copy of the
Traffic.
septic tank, the septic system information he has in the file?
You
Yes.
did not get any
No?
submission of septic
Testimony.
information submitted to the file,
How about,
but it's testimony
Okay.
that he worked with the building, or the Board of Health and found that.
Okay.
Let me, can I have just 1 minute to?
Yes. So under 216, while you're doing that, adequacy of the site in terms of the proposed use, suitability of the site for the proposed use, impact on traffic flow and safety,
Right, I got all that.
which was actually a concern of the abutter, was the traffic. Impact on neighborhood visual character, there's going to be no change there.
Right.
Sewage disposal, no change. Utilities and public services, no change. Affordable housing, no change, no effect.
Okay. Now you can call.
Okay, so is there a second? You need a second. Did you make a second, Paul?
second?
Good. Okay, now I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Right.
Okay, 3 in favor and 2 opposed?
Motion is not carried. And I assume that if you voted the other way, it would be the same thing,
I think so. We
Yeah.
can try making a negative motion.
and then do a finding?
Well, do we need findings if we're denying it?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I think the main, you want to make a motion to deny?
Sure, I'll move to deny it.
Okay.
Do you want, can you second it?
There's no reason why the chair can't second, I don't
I think
think.
you're the only one who
Yeah.
can.
So
So
I
your
guess,
findings are, doesn't meet the criteria of 240-23B.
in particular,
Yeah, no, I guess no evidence that yeah.
in particular 23B dash,
3. C3.
Three.
B3.
B3, yeah. And I think the other finding is that there's concern on the part of the abutters as to traffic flow. Expressed. It's there,
Traffic
it's a finding.
noise, impact on neighborhood. I think he said it was detrimental to the neighborhood.
But the board has to find that, not the abutter.
Well, we can,
Traffic flow concern from the abutter. And does the board feel it's detrimental? It's your finding.
Yeah. Our finding could be that we have heard testimony to
Right.
that effect.
Right, that's a
Okay.
good finding.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's your finding, not,
We've heard testimony to that effect, we're not endorsing it. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
So you can record that vote as well.
yep, so motion does not carry.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so, Paul, you have the right to apply any time for the amnesty bylaw?
Or, yeah.
That's the affordable housing bylaw. Is that right?
That's the 243E.
And as I say, I think the issue is not necessarily this case alone, it's the precedent of what the level of proof needs to be.
For every application, I think,
Right.
for special permits, for variances. Right.
You know,
I believe this is one of those.
That's my view, is that we need a stronger level of evidence to find under the bylaw.
Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, minutes?
Yep, minutes of June 11, 2015. Has people had a chance to look at those? Have not? Shall we wait?
Sorry,
Welcome?
Suri, I don't think I did. Or did I, and did I already look at them? Did I get back to you? Do you remember? I don't remember.
You wanna
Sorry.
wait? That's all, we can take them up the next meeting, can we?
Sure, the draft is on the website.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's
Suri.
fine.
You just have to do that within 10 days, it's done.
Yeah.
So table
Paul said
till
you
July
said you hadn't-
23rd?
I hadn't looked at them, but I wasn't,
He wasn't present.
I wasn't present.
Oh, well, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
But
But that's fine.
look at it.
I was just, yeah, go. I was just gonna
So table them to July 23rd?
Let's table them.
I might have commented though.
Let's table them. I'm not sure
I
I've
haven't
read them
gotten
carefully.
No, you haven't? Sorry.
Okay, so
Okay,
the next issue, which carries over from a prior meeting, was the draft decision of Duport's,
Right,
which Sari circulated
and
to
I
us.
believe all of you got the revised one, because I amended
Yeah, just sent to them.
26 and 28.
Let's see,
5, I believe you have yours?
what was different?
Just in the end.
Just-
I added uses and structures, where it was just
oh,
structures,
okay.
and then just redid.
All right, so this is the most recent.
I know you didn't see.
Right,
So what
thank
I'm
you.
going to recommend is that, I'm going to ask that someone actually go through the findings for the record now.
You want me to do that, or do you want a board?
Well, I think it should be a board member, so it will be in the form of making the motion from the draft.
Right,
Right.
after you go through the findings.
Go through the findings and then make the motion from the draft. Okay.
For a minute.
Would you like a short recess?
If the board is willing to do that, that'd be great.
We'll do a 3-minute. come back to order. And who would like to, let's see, who's on this? Remind me who's on this.
It's going to be a voting member of four. It's TJ, you, Ed
Right.
Van Kuren, and John.
Okay,
Mark Cool was on it, but he is absent, so it will now be a four
right,
or
okay.
vote.
So TJ, why don't you go through the findings for us, for the record?
All 26 of them?
Yeah, you don't need to read them verbatim, you could just summarize them, or you could read them verbatim.
Well, I haven't done much talking tonight, so I'm going to go through all of them. Board of Appeals, after careful considering all of the facts and evidence submitted, makes the following findings. Subject property located at 198 Thomas P. Landers Road in East Falmouth is 1+ acre agricultural A zoned land that is located within the Zone 2 Overlay District, the Water Resource Protection Overlay District, the Great Pond Coastal Pond Overlay District, the Wildlife Corridor, and the Priority Program under the Native Habitat of Endangers Program, Species Program. In 2013, the applicant applied under Section 240-204, 243, and 240-107B of the Code of Falmouth to raise the existing building and reconstruct a building for office use and a building for storage use on subject property. The board held a hearing on July 11th, 2013, and closed same date. The board vote was 3-2, resulting in a denial of the application. The applicant filed an appeal of the decision to Superior Court within the 20-day appeal period. Superior Court remanded the case to the Board of Appeals for further proceedings to consider new evidence that was submitted to the court. The 1965 use variance, number 1882, issued to a 37-acre parcel and does not apply to the subject property as it was not part of the 37-acre parcel described in the application for the use variance. In 1966, after the use variance issued, the abutting 12.9 acres was purchased by the owner of the 37-acre parcel. The subject property is part of the 12.9 acre parcel. In 1968, a special permit number 2175 was issued to the landowner for earth removal on a 51-acre parcel. The 51 acres is the original 37 acres granted a use variance in 1965, and the 12.9 acre parcel the landowner purchased in 1966. Condition of the 1968 special permit was that it expired in 20 years. The 1968 special permit application was not requested to modify the use variance issued in 1965, but was a request pursuant to sections 21 and 23 of the 1968 bylaw for a special permit for earth removal. In 1978, the building commissioner issued a building permit number 7093 for construction of a mobile batching plant at a 1-acre lot. The 1-acre lot described in building permit application 7093 is substantially the same as the subject property. The use of a batching plant is not allowed in an agricultural A zoning district. In 1984, the owner of the 1-acre lot requested a special permit under section 1222, number 47-84, to alter and expand existing uses and structures on a 43,560 square foot 1-acre lot. The 1984 special permit, 47-84, granted under section 1222, did not authorize alteration of a use variance on a subject property. Section 1222 of the 1984 bylaw allowed the alteration and modification of pre-existing non-conforming uses and structures by special permit. The 43,560 square foot 1-acre lot described in special permit application 4784 was not part of the 37-acre site that was granted a use variance in 1965. The 1-acre lot described in 4784 is substantially the same as the subject property. The request for a special permit under 1222 in 1984, which was 47-84, was not appropriate as the use structure was not a lawful pre-existing non-conforming batching plant use structure, but was a non-complying use structure. The request for a special permit in 1984 did not request modification of a use variance. There was no mention of the 1965 use variance in the application or decision. The subject application includes a request under section 240-3 that applies to a request to alter or expand nonconforming uses or structures. The uses and structures on subject property are not lawful, nonconforming uses and structures, but are non-complying as the uses are not allowed of right in an agricultural A zone district and were not lawfully commenced, but were commenced after an improperly issued building permit was obtained. A building permit does not validate a use that is not allowed under the zoning bylaw. Even if res judicata applies to the 1984 special permit and the board is stopped to deny that pre-existing non-conforming uses and structures allowed by the 1984 special permit exist, those uses and structures as shown on the plan filed with the 1985 application have been expanded and altered without authorization from the board as evidenced by the 2012 existing conditions site plan filed with the subject application. As a result of the extensive unauthorized alterations, any non-conforming status was extinguished. The use on subject property for a batching plant has not operated since 2007, according to applicant's representatives, and therefore, if deemed to be pre-existing non-conforming, is an abandoned use under section 240-3D of the Code of Falmouth. The non-complying uses and structures on subject property may have the protection under section 240-3B of the Code of Falmouth under non-complying structures 10 years or older. If any nonconformities are deemed to exist at subject property, it will be those uses and structures authorized by the 1984 special permit as modified by the abandonment of the batching plant use. The proposed uses and structures will be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing nonconformities.
Do you have any issues with the way that they're written or anything? Do you,
26,
if any nonconformities are deemed to exist at subject property, it will be those uses and structures authorized in 1984 special permit as modified by the abandonment of the batching plant use. The proposed uses and structures will be substantially more detrimental. That's to substantiate
which proposed?
the ones that they're proposing now.
Yeah, well, that I'm not sure I agree with necessarily.
Well, what that does is it supports, if this goes back to court, then the court will see, okay, you've done this, this, and this. If they don't agree, then you find under 240-3, if they believe them to be non-conforming, that under 240-3, this board finds them more detrimental.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you're suggesting. I just don't know. What does the board feel about that? The proposal was for storage?
The proposal was for, what exists now is a small office in an abandoned batching plant, basically.
Yes,
What's
yes.
proposed is a larger office warehouse type with another building warehouse type storage for trucks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's the only finding in here that I don't know whether that's the opinion of the board or not. So I guess
Okay, you guys want to talk
we
about it?
can discuss that. Because I think some of us, I know I certainly felt like, well, the way it is now is pretty bad. What they're proposing might actually be an improvement. Unfortunately, I don't think it's permissible under the bylaw. It's just similar, okay? But that doesn't mean that if the bylaws were different, that the project itself, it's just not allowed on a 1 acre lot, right? If they had 2 acres, they could do it.
How big is the building they want to build? Does anybody remember?
Be interesting to know. I must have voted on that 3-2. No recollection.
Did you find it?
Zero.
Excuse me.
I think it's in the back of what
Excuse me, I apologize. I'm trying to find a plot plan that shows
40 by 80.
I'm okay, huh?
Key findings
About a 4,000 square foot.
is 65.
Here, it's
Here you go.
4,000 special permit.
You see the existing and the proposed. Excuse me, off.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Probably improvement to the area. Is that,
Pass it down when you're done.
is the old batching plant still there?
Parts of it.
It's up to you if you don't like that
That
condition.
particular
Or
condition.
doesn't like that finding, excuse me.
I would strike that finding.
You could strike it or rephrase it.
To me, so the relevant finding, it's been abandoned.
That's stated, yes.
Yeah, and beyond that, I'm not sure what else we need to say.
Okay, it's up to you. So you want that struck?
I would take out, I'm not sure why we need 25 and 26. We make, I think we've been through the sequence of permits a number of times. We consistently come up with the fact that the 65 special permit did not apply to the 1 acre parcel. Because both at the time that it was granted, the 1 acre parcel wasn't part of the property, and all subsequent permits didn't reference the 65 special permit.
Right, that's stated.
So that seems clear as a bell, right? And the findings, you make it, as written here, the findings are very clear on that also. Then we come to 84. And the sense was that permit was granted in error, is that correct?
The use variance wasn't discussed in that. The special permit that was granted in NE4 did not request a modification of the use variance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's number 19.
Well, this says, 13 says, 1984 owner of a 1 acre lot of the 1 acre requests a special permit to alter and expand existing uses and structures
Yeah,
on a 43,000.
it just says that they request it, and the rest of it explains it. They're just bulleted, so you could see.
I get that. The did not authorize alteration of the use of a use variance on subject property. Section 122 of the 84 bylaw allowed the alteration and modification of pre-existing non-conforming uses and structures by special permit. might reverse the order.
I'm sorry?
Might reverse the order of 14 and 15. First say what it did do, and then what it did not do. It did not authorize the alteration of the use variance.
Well, 13 is just stating that they did do it, that they applied, and
Right,
14
they
is saying the
applied.
outcome.
They applied, and it allowed the alteration and modification of pre-existing non-conforming
They
uses.
requested, yes,
Right?
to alter and expand existing uses. They requested this special permit under 1222 to alter.
Right.
Number 14 is that permit granted under 1222 did not authorize, so.
Right, but you're saying it did authorize.
No, in 13.
What does 15 say?
Oh, in 15. It's, either way, I mean, does it, whatever, if you want to reverse, that's fine. It's just stating one approved something and the other didn't allow something.
Yeah, it's a subtle distinction, though.
All right.
You're allowing
Oh, okay.
pre-existing
I'll reverse those.
non-conforming uses and structures by special permit. What you're not allowing was alteration of the use
It just states
variance.
it, right, it just states that. I'll reverse those, that's fine. Yep.
So I'm giving you guys my opinion. I don't know what does anyone else think? Thoughts?
I'm not saying.
Oh, you're not? Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, you're, oh,
That's
right.
why I've
How
been
about
silent.
flip-flop on 14 and 15?
Flip-flop on 13, 14. What about the importance of 25 and 26? To me, the key thing is that even if they had through this 66, was it 66?
65 use variance, 66 when they
66
purchased the 12.9.
Use variance, I'm sorry, 80, which is the one that
1984 is the
expires
special
in 20
permit.
years. 68.
68.
Even if they had, through the 68 special permit, conducted this use, it expired by 88, because it was only for 20 years.
It expired in 88, yes.
Right, so we're done with it. And then by 2007, they're not doing it anymore, so
It's just a different finding that if the court finds that these structures are non-conforming, pre-existing, and they are allowed to file under 240-3, then the board finds that it's detrimental. That's all it says. If you want it stricken, that's fine. I'm just trying to explain it.
Yeah, because I'm just, well, personally, I don't, I'm not sure I agree. I'm not
Okay.
sure,
That right there
that Ed agrees.
It was stated
Having
at the
looked at
hearing.
it,
It was
yeah.
stated at the hearing, which is why it's in here as a finding.
And I don't know, does anyone else, you went out to the site, what do you think?
Well, let's not get into what's existing. It's just,
I would have stopped where it's paragraph 8 where it says everything expired in 20 years. Go
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Well, I think you want to say that the
You had to
use
bring
was
up-
abandoned, I
you had to
think.
bring up the points of what they were saying
Right,
too,
yeah.
what they were applying, like the res judicata, different things
And I think
like
once we
that.
get to 24, we're done.
All right,
Okay.
so do we strike 25 and 26? The board agrees with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I
And you agree?
could. I'd keep them in there, though.
Well, make your case.
Say better be safe than sorry, and just keep them in there for now.
That keep us out of court again?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, if that'll keep us out of court, I'd say leave it.
board has to agree on them and understand them, so.
Say again why you would leave those in?
So the first thing is acknowledging that the non-complying uses and structures on the property may have protection under 243B. So I have to remind myself.
That's a non-complying,
Right.
Yeah.
But
and that's the structures, not the use, but the use has been abandoned. So. And you stated that.
243B, non-complying structures 10 years or older, in accordance with Mass General Laws 40A, Section 7, a structure which has not been in compliance with this chapter or the conditions set forth in any special permit or variance affecting a structure for a period of 10 years or more from the commencement of the violation may not be subject to any more enforcement action
Keep in mind that's a structure.
by the town to compel removal, alteration, relocation. Right, it doesn't say anything about uses, does it, or does it?
No, but the use, as it states in another finding, is abandoned. So that's why that's put in there. If they find that those non-complying structures that were constructed without benefit of a special permit for a use that's not allowed, if they find it 10 years or older and find it to be non-conforming, then this board finds that it's detrimental.
The structures. So what I have a problem with is non-conforming uses and structures. Why doesn't it just say the non-complying structures? Because if I'm reading 243B correctly, it doesn't refer to uses.
Right, exactly. The use was abandoned, but the
So-
proposed uses and structures, the proposed uses and structures would be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing.
I'm talking about 25 now. The non-complying,
Uses and structures on property, because the use is non-complying.
But that
The
wouldn't be.
structure may be
but it wouldn't be
protected.
subject to protection under 243B.
So
But
maybe,
it also states, oh, that's probably a typo.
so maybe just make it the non-complying
Excuse me.
structures.
There we go. Okay, now, okay, so if we get rid of uses and it says the non-complying structures on subject property may have protection under 240, under a non-compliant. So what? They don't want to leave
Okay,
the batching plant there. That wasn't part of the proposal. Who cares? I think that's
all right.
irrelevant.
Do you want
I would take it
to
out.
beat this horse anymore?
I would
Which
take that
way?
out.
What's the board's wish? To
So
strike-
yeah, well, that's what we're trying to assess.
Ken, you persuaded me.
Oh, I persuaded you. So we got TJ to agree to take out 25. Let's take it one at a time.
John?
John?
Okay,
All right.
I had,
I think we have a consensus. Let's get rid of 25. Let's see.
And 26.
All right, now let's deal with 26. If any nonconformities are deemed to exist at subject property, it will be those uses and structures authorized by the 84 building permit.
Special
Special permit, sorry, whoops. And that special permit, that was not the earth removal one, that was 68.
Correct. The 84 was in addition to the batching plant.
An
For the
addition
hopper.
to the batching plant.
WAPA?
I mean, again, to me, I would rather see storage structure there than a batching plant, but it's just they don't qualify for it.
Do you want number 26 struck?
I-
You're not voting on the proposed use. Finding that it's not.
I think what you're having trouble with is making the statement that it would be more
Yeah,
detrimental.
I am. I think a passive storage use, a couple
Yeah,
trucks in the
we're
garage.
not voting. on that.
I get that, but that, isn't that what this says? This says the proposed uses and structures would be more
If the court deems them to be authorized as modified by the amendment of the proposed what's before us,
Yeah, I understand why you put it in, Sari, I just don't agree with it.
fine. Should we take it out?
My, again,
That's why
my
I
vote would be to
sent it
take it
you guys
out.
for review.
And for a second, I think I had Ed convinced, but.
Are we striking 26 as well, please?
I just need to get to consensus here.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Because I'm not sure it's more detrimental, so I'd say take it out.
Yeah.
May open us up for something.
They can't do
Yeah.
it. They don't, it would,
It's not-
it would
Then
require.
we'll strike
They
it,
can't do it
okay?
anywhere, right?
Right.
All right.
Look, if it came to that, they'd come back before us with a proposal. All right, so I say take out 25 and 26.
Yeah, I agree.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, Sari. This laid it out very well. It allowed us to carefully look at all the criteria. And there's a lot of them. It's complicated.
This is a complicated
And so
case.
unless we have something like this to really explore in depth, I think it's hard to make this kind of a
Does the
decision.
board want to make a motion then?
So based on that, TJ, you were working on this. You want to make a motion based on these findings?
Motion to accept the draft as amended?
Second.
Well, why don't you,
Make a motion to,
what, are we going to accept or deny the application? They have no right
We deny.
Motion to deny the application.
based on these findings,
Based on
right?
these findings, 52-13, decision after remand.
okay.
Anyone care to second?
Second.
Okay. Seconded by Ed. Any further discussion at this point?
Do we need to note that we're removing?
Yeah, I think
25?
we did note that.
Okay.
Further discussion? Hearing no further discussion. All in favor of the motion to deny?
Aye.
Aye.
And aye.
That's a 4-0?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we're done with that.
I certainly.
Thank you. That was a educational case.
Okay, now, next one.
Have an administrative approval of a landscape change.
This is the St. Mark's 40B project. The board approved the landscape plan and made a determination that they would approve any changes to the landscape plan. So what is before the board in this administrative approval is to remove 2 of the trees. There was 4 proposed, 2 on each side of the driveway, and they want to remove 1 on, the furthest ones on each side. I gave Ken a better thing
Yes.
when we were
Here, let me
reviewing
hold on,
this.
I'll find it.
When you say that the board, I mean, I sat on this, I don't remember, when,
Okay, here we go.
I don't know
Any
if
change
I
to the
voted.
landscape plan, the board had to review it.
So-
not me.
any change.
So this was,
So you said
just to
what-
refresh everyone's memory, this was I believe, a fully treed lot.
Yeah, why
right?
would they
Yes.
take those out?
And then it
And
was
it's
cleared,
Completely clear.
they completely cleared it to put these 3 houses on, and we asked, at the time they came before us, for some landscaping, as well as some lighting, you might remember.
Mhm.
We had a little debate about lamp posts.
Yeah,
And I guess they're running into some financial issues, so they would like to make it less expensive by cutting out a couple of the trees.
They believe that that they're not necessary. There is a lamp post over here, and then each dwelling has the low-level 4 or 5-foot lamp out in front where you can see right here.
Yeah, well, that's, I
Right
think, what
here.
we really wanted. That
And
was
right
it.
here.
That's all we really wanted. I don't think we were asking for parking lot lighting.
No,
Right.
no.
So the lighting's fine. There's no, they
Yeah.
have no issue with the lighting. The issue is with the proposal to get rid of 1 of each of these trees. What's the pleasure of the board?
Well, I guess I'm like the nastiest person tonight.
You are.
I don't see why we would. There's 4 trees that we've asked, I mean, I'm guessing these are trees, I'd have to look.
Oh, they're shrubs.
Shrubs, so we've asked them to plant 4 trees on the property. And they, like you said, it's completely cleared, it was a wooded lot before. I don't see why, no, but that's just my opinion.
Anybody else?
Are these all being planted?
I wasn't a part of that before, is it?
No,
you are now.
That's
Yeah,
all right now?
yeah.
Am I as well?
Yeah, I think that's, what are these things? These are,
This was before my time.
Turn it right
Yeah,
side up.
that's,
these, we can see what those are.
they are.
Hopefully
This
No,
hearing
no
is
problem.
closed, so who's ever sitting is,
Had to be on the original?
no, it's a closed hearing, so you guys approve, all of you.
Yeah, okay, so there's no restrictions.
Yeah, there's nothing to say what that is. There was the, no.
It might have, does it have little letters next to it?
Oh,
CL. CL is
too bad Mark's not here. Oh, Leland Cypress.
Leland cypress. Oh, those are, yeah, they're nice. They grow to be reasonable size.
So there's a whole line of cypress along that property.
Mhm. 3 to 4 foot height to begin with, 30 of them. Then there's some hydrangeas, or the H things. Ilex, there's a holly, a couple hollies.
So the only thing they're looking for is removing 2 trees?
Yeah.
Not removing them, to
Well,
not have to
not
plant
planting
them.
To not
Right.
plant. All right.
But they're still gonna do this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but on this side, yeah, there's nothing. And I remember talking about the trees,
I do too.
and I,
There's some of this brush up here is still there. Or
and we're not,
brush,
I don't
brush,
think
excuse me.
requesting 4 trees on a property with 3 units is excessive at all. And I think that there needs to be some greenery, and I understand that there's all this, but it's behind it. It just, it's 2
Sari
trees.
tells me they've also, they're not going to end up planting the lawn.
They're mulching.
Oh, so that's a change.
In some areas, not all of it. This is all going to be lawn. If you guys have, the opening Saturday, you can go out there and see, this is all lawn. And it's been planted, it's seeded. They're thinking about mulching this, which I don't think that's a big issue at all.
So these are affordables.
All 3 of them are affordables.
I've been by the property, my in-laws actually live down the street a ways, but I saw it, you know, I kind of agree with Kim, it's pretty sparse, I don't know what the detriment would be to, you know, actually detriment's not the right word. 2 trees is not a lot to ask somebody to keep in place. It is pretty sparse. It came out nice. I thought it looked really nice. I mean, are they in that much trouble where 2 trees is a deal, you know, puts them in a financial problem?
They're only 2.5 foot trees.
I mean, that's astonishing.
Yeah.
No, that's the caliper.
Yeah.
That's the reason, though, it's
That's
financial?
the caliper.
That's the art, I believe that's what they said, sir. Is that correct?
What?
But it's financial.
I believe so, yes.
Do we
I
have
mean,
any
they're all
estimate of what the
affordable.
expense of the trees would be?
Well, you're
How much
looking
would this
at
save them?
And they're not
anywhere
putting in,
from $300 to $700.
and they're
depending
not
on what
putting
type
in
of tree,
lawn,
probably.
were they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we approved it, we
A lot of
discussed it
that
at the
mulching
time.
has to do with runoff as well.
It's not 20 trees that we're asking them to plant. I don't.
Okay, so we know how Kim feels.
Of course.
We've
Kim's
heard how Paul feels.
Kim's the naysayer.
Let's hear from the quiet people.
I'm going to go with Kim on this one.
Okay?
Thanks.
John, anything?
Well, I have a bias against developers who don't want to do what they're supposed to.
Okay, so I think it's unanimous. I think,
Keep the trees.
I agree. I think,
The
come on.
cost of the
Come
overall
on,
project.
come on.
is
Put the
4
damn trees in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll donate the other 2.
it's an odd request.
Not really,
well, it's,
not for a 40 day.
they're just always, I mean, the housing trust seems to be operating on a thin margin, but I guess I'll send them another $300. Okay.
Okay, I gotta make that. So, was there a vote on that? I apologize. I didn't-
All,
In
is
favor
it
to
a mo-
deny?
motion to deny from Kim, seconded. Seconded by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous.
Thank you.
All right, bylaw review update.
I forgot to bring you that list, Ken, I
Okay.
apologize, but I think we
So
need to
Saria's
add
culpable?
24023B to it. These bylaws were put in place back in '84, and they've never, in '85, readjusted in '94, readjusted in 2000. And the
Well, what
more
would you
years,
change?
excuse me, the more years you go, the less information you find. So
But
I
mean,
think the town needs to address issues like that.
okay, I mean, I think that Falmouth has always been very careful to, I think, try to grandfather existing people and not leave people hanging out to dry
Right.
if they already have something. But at the same time, if the bylaw is being changed, they want, okay, going forward, we're going to do it this way.
Well, it should give options if you're saying, as of January 1, 1980, like we all know, if anybody's gone to the building department or anything, you can't find anything
Yeah.
until like the 90s. You're very lucky. He did find some microfiche stuff. I researched it as well, but this isn't the only, all of the affordable issues. The accessory apartment needs to be addressed because we're conditioning these things to make them affordable. We're deed restricting property, making them account to the town once a year, and it doesn't even count on the housing inventory. Those bylaws need to be addressed.
I
If
agree
they want
that
them to be
how to deal
affordable,
with allowing
get a vehicle.
affordable or facilitating affordable housing is an issue. I've always,
Get a vehicle to make it count on the housing inventory.
yeah, it would be nice if you could do that. It'd be nice if you could make, if you were a homeowner and you wanted to have an accessory apartment, an affordable accessory apartment, if you could do it for some period of time and not totally restrict your property forever. For 5 years, I want to have an affordable, and I'll consider renewing it in 5 years. You'd get a lot more people doing it.
Right, but they can also request to remove that special permit and remove the kitchen. That's how it's done. We've had a couple of those where we requested
Okay, so that
to get
stays.
building confirmation that that kitchen's been removed. And then it becomes a master suite. Simple.
Exactly. Okay, but anyway,
I give you some
you're
of
making
them.
the list, but I'm most interested in the list, not from the point of view of those, I mean, those are fine objectives,
You want
which the
conflict.
planning board should be addressing,
I've asked.
but it's the outright contradictions that I think we want to keep track of. That, because those don't become apparent until you're in the middle of a meeting.
All right, we've got 6 so far.
Yeah.
The 24082 that you uncovered, the height,
Substantial, we remember.
That's the 24082.
Yeah, okay. So, maybe you could just circulate your list to us at this,
Okay.
electronically.
Yeah, it's right on my computer now. Sorry about that.
Correspondence board updates. Anything?
I have no correspondence, but I
Okay.
will remind you to look in your mailbox. There's my reports in there.
Okay.
It has been for a few weeks.
Everyone enjoyed the workshop? I thought the
Oh,
workshop was
excellent.
good.
Yeah, those are always good.
I think
Yeah,
we have to get a little, figure out how we're going to do the motions a little more.
Yes.
Maybe I should take
I'll write up something
maybe I
for
should
you.
take the blame
thank
for
you.
that.
Well, it's the first week after.
Whoever's
Figure.
going to make the motion, make the findings, and then,
Are those?
okay, future agenda items. Anything?
Oh, I don't think that we necessarily need to, but were we going to re-vote on the board?
Yeah, we should.
In
Oh, we have
July.
to? Okay.
It'll be on the agenda.
I don't think that we need, I think we might keep the.
So we don't do our breakfast meeting until like February. Is that when we always do it?
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, we could have one soon because we have so many new board members.
That's true.
Can I have the gavel?
Those are always fun.
Yeah, we can do one of those.
And Ken goes to the French bakery.
These are little informal get-togethers where we
Oh,
go,
yes.
kind of.
Sure.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to do one soon. Right?
If we advertise that, then we
Right.
could also reorganize it that,
No, no.
or you can't?
You have to reorganize in a public session.
Well,
Well,
that's
Well,
what I'm
don't we
saying.
advertise
Well, we
it as a
advertise
public?
it. People can come and get French bakery food. We always have leftovers.
we usually do it the first hearing in July.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to do a breakfast before the first hearing in July, then I'll have to look into that.
All right.
I've never
Well,
known
think
that to
about
happen. Sorry.
I mean, it's beautiful out. We don't need to spend a lot of time in meetings, so. But
We can schedule it for September after Labor Day, unless you want to do it in August. There are some mornings you want to be in air conditioning, you know?
yeah. All right.
Think about it and let me know, because I've got to.
All right, if there's nothing else, Sari took the gavel. I think that was a hint that she wanted to adjourn. So, meeting adjourned.